You shall not pass inspection. Oh shit, it's Huffy. Get over here!
Fatality.
You monster. Why would you torch a bottle? Just go to nitrosalley.com. We have so many options.
Papa, I'm coming, Papa.
I'm with the And we're back. We are back at the final round, round 5 of season 2 Klutch Kickers $100,000 drift series, $45,000 in payouts as we work our way into the top 32. What you guys are going to watch in the first run is going to be Dirk Stratton. Dirk Stratton will be leading versus Josiah Feliz, if I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah, Feliz. Josiah Feliz, current prospect driver. He's one of the top guys out there right now. And Dirk Stratton, you know, he's a high competitor. He's
a number 1 qualifier.
Yes, he is. And so, but also a driver that is very well seasoned in competition. So this is going to be an exciting battle.
Yeah, you know? Dirk Stratton, obviously, he's got his eyes on the podium. Podium prizes, or with Klutch Kickers, one thing they're well known for is their prize package, right? So if he walks away as first place, he will walk away with $10,000 plus the $1,000 that he received as a result of being the number 1 qualifier, breaking Alec Conadale's streak. So he could potentially walk away with $11,000 in his pocket after today's event.
Yeah, so both drivers are lined up. It's going to be red versus green, kind of a Christmassy color.
There you go. Dirk Stratton in that Oracle Lighting Corvette is taking off Josiah in that Drift HQ S14. They worked away. Wow, Josiah making a kind of a major correction as he goes through these first outer zone. Look at the smoke pouring out of the back of Dirk Stratton's car. Oh my goodness, putting down a solid lead run is Dirk Stratton, but Josiah is right there behind him, trying to catch up, poke his head through the smoke, and there he is. Josiah, that Drift HQ S14 seems like it has a lot of power. So this seems like a very even match, but Dirk Stratton, what a lead run.
In some moments I thought that was Salvia.
Yeah, right. Very similar.
Did you see how much he was lifting up that inner wheel through outer zone 2 right there? That was pretty impressive how much grip that car has. But let's take a look here at the BC Racing replay. Both drivers initiating pretty close to the same time, and then both drivers doing a good job on the outer zone there. Transitioning into the touch and go. There is Josiah Feliz trying to make up ground there, and you can see he is following Dirk Stratton with that excellent lead line, and then transitioning into outer zone 3. Man, it looked like Dirk Stratton had a commanding lead run there. Yeah. So can Josiah Feliz
let's see how he does in the lead run. Now Dirk Stratton is an excellent driver in the chase position as they work their way through this course. Josiah's got his hands full right now. It could possibly be sitting on a slight deficit. We'll see as they go down the track. Dirk Stratton doesn't choose to take the jump, but he has the power to stay there right with Josiah as they make their way. Wow, Dirk Stratton diving right in the pocket, right out of the gate. Look at them side by side as they make their way through the first outer zone. Josiah taking out that inside clip, getting deep into that touch and go. Like an putting that pressure on Josiah. Josiah uses pedal to the metal as he makes his way through outer zone number 2. Wow, this is a great battle, fierce battle as they make their way through Josiah. All over the place. I mean, he's off the track quite a bit with dropping tires. But Dirk Stratton, man, was he applying that pressure.
I don't know if he's
bouncing all over the place.
Yeah, he was.
I don't know if you saw that, but Josiah Feliz's rear wheel right there, it was moving back and forth. I think he broke those suspension. So let's take a look here. There goes, man, initiating right next to Josiah is Dirk Stratton in that chase position. Josiah taking out that inner clip, doing a great job through the touch and go area, transitioning together into.
There we go.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
a
right
big
there.
That was a splash zone.
Yeah, I think that did the damage onto Josiah's car because you could see the rear wheels like moving around.
Not just
there.
damage to his car, but his score too.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
score. Yeah. So we'll see what the judges might have seen.
Yeah, the judge is there. You can see Passionate Pat trying to get all that dust and clay out of his hair. His beautiful flowing locks.
His mane.
His lion mane. Passionate Pat there on the left. We got Dwayne Ramsey in the center and Will Parsons on the far right. They're all working hard to deliberate and come up with a verdict here. But what a great way to start the top 32.
I have to wonder if the Nissan has hydraulics. Perhaps that's why it was bouncing around.
Could be. Maybe it was listening to a little West Coast rap there and just kind of getting jiggy with it as he made his way through the track.
I'm pretty sure if he could run Dayton's, he would.
Yeah, Dayton's right.
Yeah, so an incredible battle to start off the top 32 here in the round 5 of the $100,000 Drift Series. Top 32 presented by Kansai Wheel. Oh, man.
Yeah.
And both cars running Kansai wheels.
Yeah, beautiful wheels. Actually, same wheel. Identical wheel right there.
Yeah, the Rokus.
Kansai, they make beautiful wheels, and it's very popular among the drift crowd as well.
Yeah, yeah. So they're strong, light, and they look cool.
Yeah, yeah. So we did get a chance to catch up with Dirk Stratton earlier today. They had a great interview. Him being
Stratton gets to win in the Corvette.
There we go. Dirk Stratton is going to advance. That was a hard-fought battle. Unfortunately, Josiah made some mistakes. That is going to send him home for the weekend, but that was a great showing for the first battle of the top 32 Klutch Kickers. Round 5, the finals, Season 2, $100,000 Drift Series, $45,000 in payouts. You can't say that too often.
No, that's really crazy. But moving along, we're going to be seeing Harrison Johnson and Kelsey Rawlings. Both of them qualifying very close. Kelsey Rawlings in 16th and Harrison Johnson in 17th. So this is going to be a very hard-fought battle, but we'll see if qualifying transitions into tandem battle here in the top 32 by Kansai Wheel.
Yeah, Kelsey really making a career out of drifting and motorsports alike. We see her all around drifting around the world and around the States, right? And she's done a great job with her program. As I mentioned before, a lot of these drivers, it's great to be a good driver and competitive, but there's so much more behind the scenes as you make it into a pro. And Kelsey, a wealth of knowledge. We've seen her from start to finish to where she is now, and she's doing a great job.
Yeah, she's definitely making a name for herself in all forms of competition. You know, here in Klutch Kickers, Formula Drift, anywhere she goes, her name is heard around the world.
Absolutely.
So we're seeing them pulling up to the line. There is Kelsey. She will be leading as she is the higher qualifier in 16th. Harrison Johnson qualifying 17th, doing his burnout there, and he should be pulling up to the line. There he comes. So this battle is underway. I'm really excited about this one because these drivers very similar in qualifying score.
Yep, Kelsey in the white, blue, and I guess turquoise Nissan S14, and Harrison Johnson in that red RX-7, FC RX-7. As they make their way down the track, Harrison not allowing much room for Kelsey as they make their way down the track. Kelsey doing a great job of initiation as they make their way through the first outer zone. Kelsey pouring out in the smoke, looking into the touch and go. Harrison doing a great job sticking right next to her as they make their way through the track, almost side by side. Wow, Harrison really giving Kelsey a run for her money as they make their way into the third and final outer zone. Kelsey able to pull a little gap as they make their way through the outer zone number 3.
Yeah, Harrison Johnson really keeping up with that top one motor oil. S14 of Kelsey Rawlings doing a great job throughout the whole course there. But let's take a look and see the truth finder of the drone here. And initiating, you can see that Kelsey does not make it all the way out to the outer zone 1 and making an adjustment, but Harrison is right there, just making every single move that Kelsey is doing, following her like a moving clipping point. Does fall off the line a little bit behind Kelsey there, but keeping the proximity. Kelsey with a good lead line through outer zone 2 and 3. Harrison putting on the pressure all the way through the course.
Wow, you just see the elevation of competition now, right? Getting in the top 32, it's just elevating and it's building and it's getting more and more exciting as we get further along into the competition. So right now, as we mentioned earlier, Harrison Johnson is going to lead, and out the gate they come. Kelsey Rawlings and her white S14 is going to give chase, and here they go. Harrison initiating, and Kelsey right there with them as they make their way through the first outer zone. Harrison filling out that outer zone very well, and coming in that touch and go, but Kelsey is with him. Sticking to his door as they make their way through the second outer zone. Harrison doing a great job at his leap in the lead position here. Kelsey trying to apply all that pressure, trying to force a mistake out of Harrison. Unfortunately, Harrison, sturdy as a rock, he just withstood the storm that Kelsey threw at him.
Yeah, I mean, is there an advantage to either of these drivers? I don't know. This is really crazy. Both drivers putting on a heck of a show. Here we go through the initiation. Harrison Johnson pulling a little bit of a gap, but Kelsey closing it right back up. Good job by Harrison on outer zone 1, and then through the touch and go area, you can see that both of them missed it. Kelsey actually cutting the line to keep up the proximity. So then through outer zone 2, both are doing a great job, but I think Harrison had a little bit better proximity through outer zone 2, and then of course Kelsey I think had a better lead line through outer zone 3. So these are things that they're trading off. You know, the judges have their work cut out for them. It's not going to be easy.
Absolutely not. So we're waiting for the judges' call. Hard-fought battle between both drivers. Both drivers giving it their all, right? Because there's a lot of stake. There's a lot of money to be made here, and it's a friendly competition. But of course, like you said, it is a fierce competition, right? The drivers want to shoot for #1 spot. Nobody wants to compete for last place. Everybody's going to compete for first place, right?
Right.
So it makes what makes Klutch Kickers exciting is all the diversity of drivers in this field.
Yeah, there's all kinds of drivers from all parts of the country and the world. As you know, that we've had a few
We
drivers.
can now say it's the world famous Klutch Kickers $100,000 drift series, right? We have drivers from all over the world. 3 drivers from Mozambique coming here all the way to compete with the help of Drift HQ and their rental cars, making that connection. So that's exciting.
Yep. So let's see what the judges have to say.
One more time.
Oh,
One more time. There you go. Yeah, I see some one more time comments in the chat. So it's definitely not something that I could have definitively called. And that was a great job by the judges to just say they want to, hey, we want to have a winner, right? We want to know who's going to come home the winner and have it definitive. And that looks like they're going to go one more time.
Yeah. Second battle of the top 32 by Kansai Wheels already a one more time here because the competition is fierce out here. Up next, we are going to have Roy Manners and Cabot Cardozo. Man, this is going to be a good battle, especially this is going to be good experience for Cabot Cardozo going up against a driver like Troy Manners.
Yeah.
Troy Manners in his S14.5 that he was piloting last year and the year before in the Formula Drift Pro 2 Championship. This is a car he's very familiar with, but he's been driving his BRZ all throughout this year, so has he lost the feeling for his S14.5? We shall see. I don't know, because he already made it into the top 32. Cabot Cardozo swapping an engine this week because he blew it. He blew an engine out at Willow Springs. But I am so glad to see him out here competing at Klutch Kickers round 5 of the $100,000 series. Because man, he's one fierce competitor, and he is really stepping up round by round. He's learning. He's young, and it's only going to get better from here.
Yeah.
As far as I can see, they have not done battle before, so.
Oh, wow. So this is, like I said, good experience for Cabot going up against somebody like Troy. Troy is a very experienced driver, has made it very far in competition drifting, but here we go. They're about to get going here,
and off they go. Here you go. Troy Manners is going to lead in his black S14, and Cabot Cardozo is in his bright yellow ECM 350Z. They make their way through the first outer zone. Troy trying to get deep into that first outer zone. Looks like he's done a good job getting nice deep into the touch and go. Back on the throttle. Cabot trying to close that door as they make their way flicking. Cabot lost it in the camera there. It looks like he might have spun. Oh, no, there he is. Whoa. But a major stall through transition there from Cabot Cardozo. Troy Manners holding it together through the lead run.
Yeah, we're going to see if the drone caught that, because it looked like a really big mistake by Cabot. But let's see what happens here in the BC Racing replay. You see they both initiated pretty early there. Troy Manners doing a good job getting out to the outer zone 1 there. Cabot Cardozo knocking over that that inner clip. But there they go through outer zone 2. Let's see what happens right here to Cabot Cardozo. He over rotates. But is that considered a spin? Because he lost a lot of ground there.
Definitely a major deficit, nonetheless. Whether it was a spin or not, it was definitely a major correction. And going into the second half of this battle, we could say that Troy Manners seems to have the advantage. Cabot has some ground to make up.
Yep.
Definitely a capable driver. Troy, he's going to be in the chase position. He's just going to have to. Was he going to play it safe? He can't. I can't say he really played it safe because Cabot is definitely a formidable opponent.
Yeah.
But we'll see how this plays out as they make their way down the track.
Yep. So there they go, the starting line, making sure that both drivers are ready, and they're off.
There we go. Cabot is going to lead in that bright yellow ECM 350Z, and right behind him is Troy Manners in that PRL Motorsports black Nissan 240 SX, and they make their way to the first out of the zone. He's just pushing himself maybe a little too hard. He's just constantly fixing errors that typically uncharacteristic of Cabot, but they do make their way around the track. Troy Manners holding together. What a shame.
Is that the tail light just trying to hang on for dear life?
Looked like the turn signal or the tail light.
Definitely struggling to hang on, and there's all kinds of pieces hanging off the back of Cabot's car.
Yeah, that was a really hard hit to the point where that wall lifted up in the air. So not supposed to do that. Pretty good job by Cabot reaching out to outer zone 1, but right here, it's just too much. I mean, look at that.
Dunk.
Yeah, that's way too much.
And you can see the painted line there. Obviously, it actually separated the wall there.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to probably get a minute to put that back together.
Yeah.
Clean the track as well. Some dirt laid there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so 2 major mistakes by Cabot in both the lead and the chase there. And
it's official. Troy Manners in the black Nissan S14 gets the win.
Yeah. Troy Manners in the PRL Nissan S14. Moving on to the top 16. So we'll be seeing him in the introductions as well. Cabot Cardozo, valiant effort, pushing as hard as he could. That kid is going places. I'll tell you that. He's going to be somebody to watch out for in the future.
Yeah, another driver that's fairly new to competition, Cabot Cardozo here with his family as always. We've been able to watch him develop through the Klutch Kickers, and what Klutch Kickers brings is just a wealth of experience to those drivers that do choose to come out here and compete.
Yeah, it looks like we have Brandon McDowell going up against Reese Marin. 350Z battle here. Both of them sporting V8s. One naturally aspirated, the other one turbocharged. Brandon McDowell is doing his burnout there in the ISR Performance 350Z. Brandon McDowell with some of the most exciting entries into turn 1 that we've seen at this course. But Reese Marin, not somebody to
take lightly, no.
Yeah, not to take lightly, because he has over 15 years of experience. Old school driver, one of the guys that's been around Club Loose for a long time, one of the oldest drifting organizations in the country, maybe the oldest one in the East Coast.
Yeah, been around for a long time. We've seen a lot of excellent drifters coming out of Club Loose. Club Loose has been a staple of the drift community in the east side of the country, right?
Yeah. And it's developed drivers like Von Gittin, Ryan Turk, Chris Forsberg, like,
Chelsea Denofa.
Chelsea Denofa's been up there as well. I mean, like, these guys.
Sending cars.
Oh, here we go. Sending cars. This is exciting. Brandon McDowell in the lead position. Reese Marin going to give chase. Reese going to do a little roll start there. Kind of smart. Wants to keep up and close and personal to Brandon McDowell as they enter. Brandon in the white Nissan ISR Performance 350Z. Wow, look at the angle on initiation as he makes his way through the first outer zone. Already pouring up the Reese Marin behind him. Reese sticking there right next to him as they make their way. Trying to close that gap. Runs a slightly inside line and maintain proximity. Wow. Look at Brandon McDowell in the smoke and the throttle that he just puts all out. That man is on fire.
I'm really impressed with Reese's chase run, because throughout the whole run, he was in the smoke. I was afraid he was going to be lost in it.
Reese Marin's in it to win it.
Yeah, and he kept up with Brandon all the way through the course there. So let's take a look here. Look at that entry by Brandon McDowell. Almost 90 degrees there. Then pouring on the smoke immediately, taking out that inner clip. But Reese Marin making sure that he doesn't get away from him. I mean, but man, Brandon McDowell with a great lead line through there in outer zone 2. Reese Marin putting on the pressure. Outer zone 3, keeping it wide is Brandon McDowell, and Reese Marin keeping on the pressure.
Yeah.
My question is the location of the tire when it hit the front clip.
Yeah, that's not something to pay attention. But I'll tell you, hats off to Reese Marin, because watching that replay, Reese Marin was almost matching angle to angle, following a great line behind Brandon McDowell, doing an amazing job staying in that pocket. Phenomenal job. Both excellent drivers. Reese Marin taking off down the strip in that black 350Z as they make their way, but Brandon McDowell right on him. I don't know if there was contact, but pretty close as they make their way through the first outer zone. And then Brandon McDowell back into the attack. Reese Marin holding together, running a nice outside line as they make their way through the second outer zone. Both are flicking into, and there it is. Brandon McDowell almost right on the back bumper. Well, Reese pulled a little gap maybe through the final outer zone. That was a great run by both drivers. Are we going to see another one more time?
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Reese's lead run there, but let's see what the lie detector has for us. That is the drone in the sky, and then nice initiation by both drivers. You can see a little wavering by Brandon McDowell. Reese Marin actually pulling a gap through outer zone 1 and doing a really good job on the touch and go. Then look right here as Brandon McDowell catches right back up. He had to cut the line to make that happen, but Reese Marin with a nice run through but comes off the outer zone 3 and gets it right at the end there. But overall, I'm really impressed with that lead line, and Brandon McDowell, a little bit of struggle here and there on the chase, but
I don't know, man. Reese Marin, do you think he took out Brandon McDowell?
oh
It's
man,
possible.
It's absolutely possible. Watching those drone replays, it like you said, it's a lie detector, right?
Yeah.
What you see in your vantage point, but what the drone angle has brought for drifting is tremendous. You're really able to pick apart these runs and just see, hey, you're offline, and you can see angle to angle as they match through. Excellent job by both drivers. Reese doing an amazing job in both the lead and chase position. Brandon McDowell as well. Hats off to both drivers.
The thing about the drone is that we when we were on the other camera that wasn't the drone, we didn't see the wavering that Brandon McDowell did on entry there. And now with the drone, we're able to catch those nuances there. And those are the little things that the judges look for that make a decision happen. So, but Brandon McDowell also had a great lead run. I mean, it's debatable on who had a better lead run throughout the course there. So we're going to see what the judges have to say about this. We still have a one more time battle between Harrison Johnson and Kelsey Rawlings. As you can see, this is the top 32 bracket. We already have Dirk Stratton there.
You can see the bracket starting to fill out. And
we still need to go back to the one more time battle with Kelsey.
We do. Kelsey Rawlings and Harrison Johnson. Right now, we're waiting for the winner of Reese Marin and Brandon McDowell. What a hard-fought battle, and it's just going to get, the battle's just going to get better and better and better as the night progresses.
Yeah, what really hurt Brandon, it was the first section on his lead.
On his lead and the chase run, he kind of seemed like he was very aggressive in the chase run, and it seemed like it gave a way for Reese Marin to pull away slightly, and then Brandon McDowell having to cut that line going through the touch and go, while Reese Marin was doing an excellent job of just getting right in that touch and go pocket.
Yeah, I agree with all that. It's but of course the judges have to really dissect all this. I mean, they're really taking this battle seriously because there are little nuances here and there that they're really checking for. This is, it's not a clear-cut winner. A lot of times we just get winners real quick, but this one, it looks like they have to really think about it.
Are you guys surprised with some of the eliminations?
As far as qualifying, there was a couple there was one driver in particular that I was completely shocked we didn't see here in competition A, and that was Mr. Monster Performance himself, Lee Yearwood. Hats off to Lee Yearwood and the Monster Performance crew. But I am shocked that we are not watching Lee Yearwood in this battle of the top 64 or top 32.
Yeah, definitely one of those. But in the eliminations, Ben Julian.
Ben Julian was a shocker.
I mean, that to me was, it's kind of heartbreaking knowing that he had a shot to make a battle out of the championship. But, hats off to Alec Conado, our 2021 champion here.
Yep.
So... but we really wanted to see it come down to the wire as well. So
right. But hey, there you go, Alec. It's not over, right? He could potentially walk away with $20,000 this weekend.
Yeah, Yeah.
It could if he's already secured his spot as the season champion, and if he could secure a first place podium, that man could walk away with $20,000.
Oh, man, I mean, I'm in the
I could
wrong
use some of that money.
Yeah, for real.
2 big checks.
2 big checks.
Yep.
Yeah, big checks. $45,000 in payout in the Klutch Kickers $100,000 Drift Series. Yes, it is the finals. And look at those 3 beautiful male specimens up there on that booth. We got Passionate Pat Gooden on the left. We have Dwayne Ramsey in the center. And we have Will Parsons on the far right. These judges have been here for 2 days straight, and they have just been able to hopefully somebody's keeping them hydrated.
Yeah.
And fed. We got to keep
Weathering
them,
the storm.
Yeah, hopefully they're weathering the storm, keeping themselves hydrated and fed. And as you see in front of us, we have Brandon McDowell on the left in that white ISR Performance 350Z. And right next to him is Reese Marin.
And we have a decision.
Oh,
One more time.
one more time, guys. One more time. I couldn't have said it better myself. Let's get a definitive winner. Hats off to both drivers. Everybody give them a nice round of applause. These drivers are battling it out in the final round of Season 2, the Klutch Kickers $100,000 Drift Series, presented by Kansei Wheels Top 32.
And up to now, every other battle has been a one more time. So are we going to be going back to Harrison Johnson and Kelsey Rawlings?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go right now. Harrison Johnson and Kelsey Rawlings, both qualifying 17th and 16th respectively. So that it turned out to be a really good battle, as I thought.
Excellent battle. Excellent battle.
So I really couldn't see any advantages for either driver. It was really crazy. So this is very exciting. I can't wait to see what comes up with this.
Yeah, I also want to thank some of our sponsors out there. We want to thank BC Racing. It's not about where you start, it's about where you are. Founded in a garage in 2006, BC Racing North America currently offers over 1,100 suspension kits. So just about everything you drive, they could probably build something for you, right?
Yep. Looks like we have Kelsey Rawlings already on the line. There is Harrison Johnson. Oh, boy. Let's see what comes up of this.
Yep. Kelsey Rawlings, she's going to lead in the white and blue livery there of the S14, and then you have Harrison Johnson in his red FCRX7 as he's going to give chase as they make their way down. Look at Harrison getting a little jump. He wants to be careful, but he wants to try to gain as much proximity out the gate, and he's doing a pretty good job. He's standing right there with Kelsey. Kelsey pulling a slight gap as she makes his way through the first out of the cutting that unfortunately for Harrison, that attack in that position does a lot of damage to some drivers, right? It's timing your attack, and against a driver like Kelsey Rawlings, you can't make a mistake.
Yeah, that's definitely an area where you do not want to attack too hard because you have two transitions back to back happening real quick there. But let's see exactly what happens on the drone footage here. You can see nice initiation by Kelsey Rawlings there. Harrison Johnson in tow. Decent job on the outer zone one. This is going through the touch and go.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, right there.
He cut the line and could not slow the car down in time. Had to slow down the car excessively to not hit Kelsey Rawlings there.
Right. Well, the chase driver has to permit the lead driver to do their transitions and initiate. So, well, we'll see here. Kelsey Rawlings, she's not going to be phased. She has years of experience, so she's been in this position before. Harrison Johnson is going to be on him to put forth a solid lead run.
Yeah, so let's see what happens here.
Here we go. Harrison Johnson in that beautiful red RX-7 as he makes his way down the straight. Kelsey Rawlings not too far behind in that white S14 as they make their way. Harrison doing a good job. Whoa, dropping tires. Wow, looked like he almost dropped 2 tires. Definitely leading Kelsey Rawlings. It seemed to be leading Kelsey Rawlings offline. The judges did stress to the lead driver that they have to run a near flawless qualifying lead run. And that being said, if they don't, the chase driver's duties are to follow whatever line the lead driver throws at them. And Kelsey did that. She followed that lead line, and unfortunately, it put her in a position where hopefully her car is not broken.
Yeah, I hope not. But let's take a look here at the drone. Did he drop 2 tires? That is the question here. Look at the angle that Kelsey is coming in with, making that adjustment to. We got 1.
Oh. It's 1.
Ooh, yeah. There's that.
Yeah, right on the edge.
It's
there.
right on the edge. That could be 2 tires. That is, of course, up to the judge's discretion to give that fault to Harrison Johnson there, or
we'll see. The judges are gonna have to look through this footage closely and determine on the line that Harrison Johnson laid down as a lead driver. And as we mentioned before, there is a lot of emphasis put on the lead driver to run that line. So Kelsey did a great job in the chase position.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, hopefully she didn't damage her car too much. If she does move on, she's going to need to get that fixed as soon as possible.
Yeah, hopefully she can get that car going for the rest of the competition. If she moves on to the top 16, we don't know the result of this yet.
She can't get it going now. They got to tow it out.
Oh, no, the car is moving on its own power.
What?
Well, she's playing it safe. Maybe she was like, hey, listen, I think the car's okay, but let me have people look at it, right? Because you can cause more damage to the car by trying to move it if it's damaged. So good thing she's able to. Car looks pretty good.
Yeah, looks like it's fine.
She's definitely checking out that steering, making sure that she's getting plenty of input from that steering.
Look at this tandem.
Oh, man, that's an unchaseable run.
So interesting turn of events here for this battle. Harrison Johnson pushing hard, really wanting that win, but did he push too hard? The judges will let us know about that shortly.
Yeah, well, let's see what happens here as we are in. This is the could quite possibly have a result for the fourth battle here. Or this is the second battle, correct?
This would be the second
This
battle.
is the second battle of the top 32.
Yeah, every other battle up to now has been a one more time. So, very interesting.
Guys, definitely, I ask you to reach out and search these drivers, follow them on Facebook, check out if they have YouTube pages, give them a follow. Any little bit helps as a driver trying to develop a program and build your following and just a fan base. It's also good to just support these drivers. They come out, they put a lot of time and money and effort into their cars and making these events. So we just ask you guys to reach out and just support the drivers. So right now as we're debating, as you can see on the screen, we have Harrison Johnson in that red RX-7 and Kelsey Rawlings on the right in the white.
And she gets the win. Kelsey Rawlings in the white Nissan 240SX.
There you have it. Kelsey Rawlings advancing on to the top 16. You will see her in the opening ceremony of the top 16 battles.
That is a great job by Kelsey Rawlings, doing a great lead run there, and of course, Harrison Johnson pushing a little too hard in some areas, but I can't wait to see him in future competitions because he is definitely a competitor to watch out for. We are going to be moving on to either Reese Marin and Brandon McDowell, which is a one more time battle, or Nick Castleberry and Brian Sturman. Oh, this is David and Goliath here.
Yeah, this is definitely David and Goliath.
Yeah, Nick Castleberry with a very well set up S14. That car used to be Juha Rintinen's car back in the Formula Drift days, now being powered by a crazy LS making almost 1,000 horsepower on nitrous. And then you got Brian Sturman, an E30 powered by a naturally aspirated M52 inline 6 engine, probably making about 200 horsepower there. So it's a big contrast, but even though it's low powered, that car is very well set up.
Yeah, I watched Brian in practice.
Yeah.
And he was practicing against these higher horsepower cars, and he was doing a great job staying with them. He knows how to, I don't want to say cut the line, but he kind of massaged the line in such a way where it wasn't too evident, but he was able to keep that proximity. So he does a great job in the chase position and the lower horsepower E30 that he has.
Yeah, and we're going to see, because the big thing is the run-up. Is Nick Castleberry just going to take off on him there? Or is Brian Sturman going to play a strategy and just pull it off just right, just so he can enter right there with Nick Castleberry? We shall find out as they are taking off now.
There we go.
Yeah, and there you go. Brian doing a rolling start, doing a good job. Look, he's almost on the back bumper of Nick Castleberry. Wow. At that last minute, it was just a rocket ship that Nick Castleberry is piloting as he makes his way in that black S14. Brian goes beside that line to gain proximity in that E30 and a powered M52, just not able. But man, look at poke through the smoke. That takes experience to be able to maintain drift through that smoke cloud of Nick Castleberry in that beautiful nitrous outlet, black S14.
It's like, it's such a short run. It's not even an eighth of a mile like a drag strip or anything. It's just like, it's so short, but in that short distance, look at the gap. I mean, the power difference is very evident there.
It's like he got into gear and then poof, off.
Yeah, it's like once he catches traction, he's out. And of course, you know, there you go. Brian Sturman trying to make up ground there by massaging the line, as Tim says. And then, but man, look at Nick Castleberry's angle and smoke. I mean, this is one of the staples of Nick Castleberry's driving is angle and smoke. And it's, how does Brian Sturman be able to see through all that? Well, I guess he had to massage the line to make it happen. But here we go for the second run here.
A lot of massaging.
Yeah, a whole lot of massaging. Break out the... Never mind. Break out the lotion.
Is Nick going to be able to slow down so much?
Oh, my goodness. Well, we'll see.
Like a 5-second head start.
Yeah, getting a 5-second head start, but here they go. They go down the straight. Brian Sturman out the gate as fast as he can go, throwing it into the first outer zone there. Nick Castleberry is right there with them, trying to just control left foot brake and just keep that car at bay because that's 14. Brian Sturman running an excellent lead run, and Nick Castleberry just staying right there with him, applying that pressure, you know, turn for turn, angle for angle, whoa, riding the back. Well, Brian Sturman is Mr. Nick Castleberry.
It's like, hey, pal, let me help you out.
Yeah, give it a little push,
That's an amazing display of control by Nick Castleberry there. Brian Sturman, of course, pushing as hard as he possibly could. Let's take a look here. Initiating by the last standing cone is Brian Sturman, and then you got Nick Castleberry just following him everywhere he goes. You could tell he's left foot braking. He's actually throwing more angle in the chase position than the lead car, but that's, of course, power and the ability of the car there. Brian Sturman doing everything he can to put down a good lead run.
This
but
part
look
right
at
here. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
Just pushing him around.
Look at that.
Excellent job. Excellent job.
And Nick Castleberry in the black Nissan 240SX moves on.
Yeah, it's almost an obvious choice there, but
Valiant effort.
yeah,
Very valiant
on
effort.
the part of Brian Sturman.
He's doing an excellent job. He made his way past Chris Irving in the top 64 battle and made his way into the top 32, unfortunately, getting knocked out, but not before putting forth a valiant effort against Nick Castleberry.
Yeah, now we're going back to the battle between Brandon McDowell in the ISR Performance 350Z and Reese Marin in his 350Z, both powered by LS's. Brandon's is turbo, Reese's is naturally aspirated, but that doesn't really matter because Reese was able to pull off a one more time battle. But let's watch Brandon McDowell on this lead run because he throws down some incredible entries. Let's see what he can do here.
Yeah, it's dangerous. You don't want to give Brandon McDowell another shot, right? So Reese is going to have to be on top of the game, and that comes from years of experience, as we mentioned before. Both seasoned drivers. Look at Reese taking that rolling start. He has slightly less power than Brandon McDowell as they make their way down the straight. Brandon flicking. Look at the angle that he throws on entry, building smoke right at the beginning of the first outer zone. Doing a nice job. Shaking that line a little bit. Right behind Brandon McDowell as they come through the second outer zone. Look at the smoke pouring out of the back of that ISR Performance 350Z of Brandon McDowell, and Reese trying to put it right into the side of Brandon McDowell. Reese Marin doing an excellent job in the chase position, trying to chase.
That was exciting.
A monster of an entry by Brandon McDowell.
Yeah, I mean, Reese Marin not letting Brandon McDowell get away so easily, but let's take a look at this entry right here. Nice feint. Look at the
angle.
Gets on the throttle way before the outside zone, pouring on the smoke, and then we could see that Reese Marin is massaging the line as Brian Sturman did earlier to make up for the power difference. Transitioning into the outer zone here, you can see that Reese Marin was able to make a move to the side of Brandon McDowell's car there. Oh man, but
he
did
have to sacrifice a little angle there coming in, starting of the beginning of the third outer zone.
Yes, he did.
Well, let's see. Here we go. Reese Marin in that black 350Z is going to give lead, and Brandon McDowell in that white ISR Performance 350Z going to give chase. Brandon right there with them as they make their way through the first outer zone. Wow, look at the angle that Brandon's able to maintain in the chase position. But Reese putting down a solid lead run as they make their way through. Reese Marin not as deep into that second outer zone as he could have been, but still a good run nonetheless. But there we go. Brandon poking through, applying that pressure. Reese Marin pouring it on, trying to get away. What an amazing battle that was.
Wow, that was an incredible transition into the second outer zone there. You could see that Brandon's bumper was rubbing the rear bumper of Reese Marin there, or almost rubbing. It was like inches away. Let's see if we can get that on the drone, because that That
was amazing.
Yeah, that was an incredible chase.
Always exciting to watch these drivers come out here, especially you got drivers like Brandon McDowell and Reese Marin throwing down with those experience and just coming out here, like we said, here to take home prize money, but here to have fun as well.
I'm surprised the bumpers are intact.
Yeah.
They're doing a good job.
Yeah, both drivers really putting it all out there. You know, Brandon McDowell has been here at this series for a couple of years, but Reese Marin, you know, showing his experience throughout the years with excellent driving. Both excellent drivers. You know, you can't really choose one over the other.
Brandon McDowell in the white Nissan 350Z. ISR Performance got to win.
There you go. Brandon McDowell moves on after that hard-fought one-more-time battle between Reese Marin and Brandon McDowell. Brandon McDowell, unfortunately for Reese, is going to call it. We'll have to call it a weekend, but not before giving Brandon McDowell a run for his money. Pushing Brandon McDowell to a one-more-time battle. That was an excellent job by Reese. It looks like he's happy with it.
Yeah.
Even though Brandon was able to take home the win, Reese knows that he gave it his all.
Oh, yeah. He can be happy about that result either way, even if it's a loss, because he pushed Brandon really hard.
Okay, so I want to go take this time while the other drivers are pulling up and thank some more sponsors. We want to thank Chase Space for coming out and being a part of the Klutch Kickers $100,000 Drift Series Season 2. Chase Space focuses on high-end fluid transfer products for the aftermarket automotive industry, designed to increase performance and aesthetics, all while saving weight and space. I want to thank Drift HQ, always a major presence here at Klutch Kickers and drifting around the country. Mobile parts trailer on-site, providing drivers with all needed parts to get back on the track. We also want to thank Grip Royal. Grip Royal, the official steering wheel of the $100,000 Drift Series. They provided a collaboration steering wheel for Klutch Kickers, a beautiful yellow or black steering wheel with that checker flag stitching. You want to check that out as well. Ignite Racing Fuel, the official race fuel of the $100,000 Drift Series. Nitrous Outlet, the official nitrous supplier. RTS Race Tech Services. Several of these drivers, you'll see RTS on the side of their car, the official transmission of the $100,000 Drift Series. Kensei Wheels, as we saw earlier, a lot of these guys are running their wheels, custom wheels, with a focus on quality and innovation, but not to break the bank. And they travel all the way from California to be here to support this event, which that's amazing as well. Tire Streets, competitive tires driven by some of the top drivers in the series. Long-lasting and affordable action clutches. Clutches built to outperform the competition. Liquimoly, oil, and other drivetrain lubricants to keep the cars lasting long under high pressure while driving. Cosmo Tires, affordable and long-lasting. ECU Masters, from engine management, power management, to logging dash displays, ECU Masters offers the highest quality products and softwares. And of course, check out our vendors. Like I mentioned before, we have some great vendors on site. We have a lot of great food. You have Sherry's Concession, you have Juan's Tacos, you got Valhalla Axe Throwing, and I want to mention the specials as well with Funhaver. You should go to Funhaver's website and enter KICK25 to receive 25% off your order. That's a good discount. 25% off your order, and not to mention, if you spend over $50, you will receive a personally signed Von Gittin Jr. Hot Wheels car.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, I talked to Cody. He's like, Von Gittin's going to get a cramp in his hand. He's like, I'll just keep making him sign on them as you guys place the orders. So it's definitely exciting to see Funhaver on board with Klutch Kickers round 5.
Yeah, it's good to know that because I am a Hot Wheels collector. So
yeah, every time we go to Walmart or anywhere, where's Noel? Oh, he's looking through the Hot Wheels section.
Can't help it, man. Yeah. The car hobby started at 97 cents for me.
What is it up to now?
Oh, they're still the same price. Thank God. Man, Hot Wheels is keeping it real with the prices, not inflating with everybody else.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
So the battle we have up next, is that Mike Pollard versus Brandon Wicknick?
Oh, man, this is going to be a crazy battle. I think we're going to be seeing a one more time out of this because we got Brandon Wicknick, which is, I think, has the most one more time battles this season in the Klutch Kickers $100,000 Drift Series, especially that battle between him and Taylor Ray in round 3. That was incredible.
Yeah.
They did battle last round.
They did.
Yeah.
In the final 4.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
That is right. And then, of course, we have Magic Mike Pollard. I mean, come on. You know, this guy throws down so much style on his runs. He's full throttle throughout the whole course. It's always exciting to watch him drive. We had him on our clipping point show. that we do.
Definitely invite you guys. You guys can watch the clip. We had an interview with Mike Pollard where he came. We were able to do an interview over Zoom. And definitely invite you guys to check out our YouTube page. It's called Drift Sessions, and our show is called The Clipping Point. We basically do it out of my garage. We get together, interview some drivers, and just talk about car stuff. It's a good time.
And we do have it on audio format as well. If you search on Spotify and I believe Google Podcasts for The Clipping Point. So that's a shameless plug for us. We're going to continue on.
There's no shame in that. There's no shame in that.
That's why it's shameless.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, yeah, we got Mike Pollard on the line here. We're waiting on Brandon Wicknick. I can't wait for this battle to come on because it is going to be a really hard one. I think it's going to be really hard to decide this. But we'll see. Both drivers excellent, a little bit different driving style, but Brandon Wicknick, even though he's really down on power, will not let go of any driver. He will stay with them all the way through the course and without really sacrificing very much.
I'd like to see some predictions from those of you guys who are watching the live stream. You guys think it's going to go one more time? Do you think it's going to be Magic Mike Pollard, or do you think it's going to be Mr. Brandon Wicknick? I don't know. I easily see it one more time here.
Yeah.
It's hard to even pick. I mean, both super talented drivers. And we're going to see what's happening now. It says Mike Pollard in that black and gold S14, Nissan S14. He's going to make his way down. You can see his head bobbing. He's playing music. And I know Brandon Wicknick, he's usually always playing music as well. So I wonder if they're listening to the same channel. That's going to be interesting, right?
Yeah.
Brandon Wicknick in that Icon livery S13. Wow, this is going to be a good battle, folks. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
Let's see. We're waiting for the judges, I believe. Or
Got some fans for Magic Mike.
Looks like a lot of fans for Magic Mike.
Brandon Wicknick.
Yeah.
They're about to send the vehicles. We're about to find out.
Yeah, will you guys be right? Will it be one more time? I could easily see this going one more time.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, it looks like Brandon's trying to get a slight rolling start, but he's able to stay almost right there with Magic Mike. Magic Mike pulling about a car away as they enter. Magic Mike doing a great job trying to get deep into the outside zone, throw a lot of angle, taking out that inside clip, flicking into the touch and go. Brandon right there with him. Wow, inches away for the transition as they make their way through the second outer zone. Mike starting to pour on that throttle and that smoke. Brandon right there with them, almost putting that tire into the side of Magic Mike Pollard as they make their way through the third outer zone. I told you, man. You can't sleep on Brandon Wicknick.
No, you cannot. This is pretty much what I expected out of this battle. Brandon Wicknick following Magic Mike everywhere he goes. Magic Mike always throwing a ton of style, lots of throttle, lots of smoke. He doesn't make it easy for anybody to follow him, but if there's anybody that can do it, it is Brandon Wicknick, and I can't wait to see what happens when they turn this around. This is incredible up to now.
Yeah, both drivers. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to mention something to note that Mr. Magic Mike did knock down that the clipping point, the inner. So
we'll see how that plays.
I worry about that.
Yeah, things like that. When you have two drivers and they're so talented at leading and chasing, the judges are going to have to pull any little mistake and are going to have to nitpick these runs. So could that come back to haunt Mr. Magic Mike? We shall see. Right now, Brandon Wicknick in that Icon livery S13 is going to lead Magic Mike, giving chase in his black and gold S14, and here we go. They both enter into outer zone. Wow, look at Magic Mike diving right into the door almost of Brandon Wicknick as they make their way through. Wow, Brandon doing a good job in that touch and go. Did tap it and kind of moved a little bit, but let's see here. Magic Mike diving right in that pocket, almost door to door, tire to tire, allowing room, just barely enough room for the transition. Magic Mike doing a beast of a chase run behind Brandon Wicknick.
And I thought Mike was going to go right into the back of Brandon Wicknick there on that final transition, but he got on the brakes and was able to transition right onto the door of Brandon Wicknick there.
I want to see that again.
Yeah, I would love to see that again, but I mean, look at Brandon Wicknick.
Look at him. He always gets out and just is so excited.
Yeah, he's always happy to have a great lead run with a great chase. I mean,
I think the man lives for these type of battles.
He is like the spirit of drifting, right? You know, like it's all about having fun and a good time.
But still being competitive, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You can win, lose, or draw and still have a great time.
Yeah. So, I mean, let's see. The judges have their hands full on this one. Let's see what they say about it.
As you can see, the two cars there staged at the just after the finish line. You see Magic Mike Pollard in that gold and black S14. You see it on the side, Opposition Racing. Go ahead and check him out. If you guys are here, he is selling merch. Go ahead and support that man. He is he's like almost like a one-man crew. He's got a great crew behind him, but he's struggling. Actually, when we talked to Magic Mike, we need somebody to just go ahead and follow this man on make a YouTube channel for Mike.
Yeah.
Right. Remember he said he goes, I don't even care if they take all the proceeds. He's like, just follow me around and the man has got a great character, and so he's definitely exciting to watch, and just a good guy all around, and especially driving behind the wheel. The man's a monster. And then you got Brandon Wicknick. The guy is just like steady as a rock. Yeah. One more time after one more time, he just battle after battle. And look at the car. That car has seen several hard-fought battles.
Yeah, it seems like that car has survived round 5, but not without any battle scars. So let's see. The judges are still deliberating on this one. This is still the top 32 presented by Kansai Wheels. I mean, up to now, this top 32 has been incredible battle after incredible battle.
Yeah,
I'm really excited to see how this plays out. And let's see what some of the other battles that we have coming up. Dustin Miles and Steven Tassonero, Sean Booth and Alec Conado. That's right. They have to go up against each other. Then we're going to have Adam LZ versus Willie Espinosa, Nick Blakeman and Nate Hamilton, Cody Buchanan and Steve Bergstrom.
That's going to be an interesting battle.
Yeah, visually too, because both cars look very similar.
They do.
Lucas Torno versus Keone Rodriguez. That's going to be a good one. Tyler Berry versus Colin Arendelle. Emerson Nogueira versus Taylor Ray. Trenton Kropp versus Ethan Hodges. Real good one. And Jeff Kurtz and Randy Noah. Ooh, that's going to be good right there, because Randy Noah is going to have to follow that really fast S2000. That car is a rocket ship.
Yeah, Randy Noah definitely has the ability to. We've seen him chase down Alec Arendelle in some previous battles, so it's definitely going to be exciting. So this definitely seems to be a tough call for the judges.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they both put on a heck of a show, so I don't know.
Yeah, the day is going along. It is 4:40 here at the beautiful Emerald Coast Dragway, the home of the Klutch Kickers $100,000 Drift Series, located in Holt, Florida. Yeah, we are in Florida, but we are on Central Time. Florida is an odd shaped state. And yeah, we're in Central Time. It's 4:40 here, Central Time. And guys, stay hydrated.
You said it was shaped like a foot yesterday.
Yeah, I was being polite.
I know. Yeah, that is actually being polite, I guess.
Yeah,
I feel like Florida works in mysterious ways.
it does. It does.
Inexplainable. Just let it be.
It's got its own version of the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, it's deceptive. Very deceptive. But we've been here our whole lives, and we love the state. And what Florida has, we talked about that, I think, actually, with Pat Gooden as well. You go back 4 or 5 years ago, drifting in the state of Florida it was known, but it wasn't the, the hub that it's become.
I see Brandon Winder looks like he wants it one more time.
Yeah, he's calling for it.
Is he protesting? I think he's protesting.
Well, he protests if somebody gets the win.
Oh, yeah. He's like, no, I don't. He goes, don't give me the win. Just make it go one more time.
Exactly that.
I just want to drive again. Oh, man. Brandon Wicknick, again, like the spirit of drifting here. I mean, he's always excited to come out and drive, and no matter what the result is, he's always happy to be out here. So, but man, the judges are really taking their time here, because there must be some minute details that is really making any separation, or they might trying to find any separation between both drivers here. I don't know, Ben. What do you think of this?
I will tell you, contrary to what some people in the chat believe, I think Florida has some of the best drivers.
Yeah,
Chelsea DeNofa comes out of Florida.
Yeah,
Adam LZ, Taylor Ray, Ben Julian. Mm-hmm. Some of the best drivers in the country. Pat Gooden comes out of Florida. Yep. Several excellent drivers come out of Florida.
Jeremy Lowe.
Yeah.
Harry Turbola,
yeah. So I mean, Florida definitely has its.
Oh wait! We got a decision, and Mr. Brandon Winder gets his wish. One more time.
One more time. Oh, you scared? I was like, wow, he won. Look at that. One more time battle between Mike Pollard and Brandon Wicknick. These drivers. Like I said, I told you, Brandon Wicknick, he's like the king of the one more time.
Yeah.
That man has gone through one more time battles more than anyone that I know. Looks like Mike Pollard's going to go ahead and put some fresh meat on those wheels there. And He's got to give it his all. He can't give an inch to Mr. Brandon Wicknick.
No, and if we called it before the battle even happened. We're like, this might go one more time. And sure enough, here we are in the top 32 by Kansai Wheel. Man, it's been exciting up to now. So many one more time battles because they're so good. Dustin Miles, Stefan Tassonero coming up now.
Actually, Dustin will get a bye run.
Oh, wow. So I guess something happened to the SE300 that Stefan Tassonero was driving. That's very unfortunate because he was driving really well in that car.
Right.
I think he was more comfortable in that car than I've ever seen him in anything else. But yeah, so Dustin Miles getting his bye run in that beautiful S13 of his.
Yeah.
Also known to be part of Garage Moon Power, a Atlanta-based team.
Yep. Dustin Miles of Styles. Changing up the car a little bit, looks as far as the color. I remember last year was slightly different. Dustin always an exciting character to watch as he makes his way through the track on his bye run. He's going to move on to the top 16, so we're going to see him in the finals in the opening ceremony. Look at him. He's getting his bye run, but he's not taking it easy. Look at the amount of smoke and angle he's pouring out through it. But look at him.
For the fans.
Yeah, for the fans, letting everybody know that he's having a blast.
Showcasing his experience. Lots of experience.
Lots of experience.
I think he's just trying to intimidate his top 16 competitor. Like, look what I can do, bro.
Mind games.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably see a lot of that too.
Yeah, so all right, so we're going to be moving on to the next battle in the top 32 by Kansai Wheel. Alec Conado versus Sean Booth. These two drivers have driven against each other plenty in this series. Alec Conado, I mean, he's your new champion for the 2021 series. But Sean Booth is not a slouch. He can do it if he really puts his mind to it, I guess. But anything can happen. I mean, Alec is like a scalpel, right? Like he is very precise.
Scalp?
A scalpel.
Oh, okay.
He's precise.
He's
Precision.
precise.
He's a precision driver.
I thought I heard scalp. I was going to say,
scalpel.
just scratch it.
Yeah. But that's not to say that Sean Booth can't do it. So let's see what happens here.
we
Sean
go.
Booth,
Wow,
let's go.
Sean Booth coming out the gate like a rocket.
Whoa there, pal.
Wow, look at that. You have to play safe. He does have to allow Alec room to initiate, and it seems like he does a pretty good job, but that might have come back and bit him. He was a little too aggressive out the start, but look at Alec. Always putting it on the clinic, putting the car where it needs to go, and the amount of smoke and commitment that Alec in the lead position, he just throwing down. Where's Sean? There he is, poking through the smoke. That can't be an easy man to follow as they make their way out of zone number 3. Whoa, wow.
I mean, it's like, you know, we don't show any favoritism or anything, but every time Alec comes out, it's a smoke show out there. It's hard to like.
He's a crowd favorite. He's a crowd favorite. He's a driver favorite.
Yeah, look at the way he enters, going around Sean Booth like that, and with the amount of angle going through outer zone 1. Sean Booth with very low angle, making a lot of corrections, hitting that inside cone with the leading side of the car. Let's see what the judges say about that. A great run through the touch and go area there for Alec Conado as we go right through the outer zone 3 there. I mean, man, this is going to be tough. Can Alec follow Sean in a slower car?
Absolutely. Alec definitely has the talent and the skill and the experience to be able to follow a slower car. I mean, that's why he is the points, the season 2 champion currently, right? Yep. So he definitely has experience. He's been to Klutch Kickers all season, and he can do it. So, but Sean Booth, he's going to hope that he can cause Alec to make a mistake as they go in. There we go, Sean Booth leading, but look at Alec right there with him, door to door as they go through the first outer zone. Look at that, almost inches away as they make their way around the first outer zone. Sean doing a great job in the touch and go, throwing it sideways, getting deep into that second outer zone. Look at Alec right there with the matching angle and power, just surging forward. You see that? Just
like he's tailgating him.
Yeah, like he's tailgating him. A little correction there by Alec, but still, the pressure that he is able to apply in the chase position is unbelievable.
Every time he gets on the gas, the car does a wheelie. It's like insane, you know?
It is. That car looks like it has a mohawk, doesn't it?
Yeah, with that roof scoop.
Yeah, with the roof scoop.
And immediately, Alec Arendelle gets the win.
Alec Arendelle on the ISR performance.
Sneaks down 240XX.
He's down 240XX, just is going to move on, and he proved us right? He's definitely he's championship material right there.
Yeah, but good showing from Sean Booth. We'll definitely be seeing him next year in season 3. He's one of the guys that's always out here at the Klutch Kickers Drift $100,000 Drift Series. We're going to be moving over to the other side of the bracket, which we're going to be seeing Adam LZ up against, I believe. No, we're going
pal.
back. That's right.
You got to rewind.
That's right. We're going to Brandon Wicknick versus Magic Mike because it's a one more time battle. Okay, so.
Wow. Well,
From what I heard, Brandon Wicknick was ready to go. Like, he lined up.
Yeah.
right.
It was just Magic Mike that needed to change his tires.
Yeah, that car goes through the tires, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. A lot of these cars do with all the power and the smoke that they put, and just the way they're built. It really does put a lot of wear and tear on those tires, huh? Some of these drivers only get a couple runs on a set of tires.
Yep. So let's see. We're looking at the starting line here. I'm pretty sure they're doing their burnouts now.
Right, and this is the one more time battle of Brandon Wicknick and Mr. Magic Mike Pollard. And well, we'll see as they come back out. Are we gonna get a winner, or is it gonna go another one more time?
Oh, I don't
Possibly.
know, but there is Magic Mike.
Magic Mike in the lead position there in that black and gold S14.
Shortly after, we shall be seeing Brandon Wicknick in the Icon S13, powered by a 1JZ. Very simple car. It doesn't even have a cage or anything. It's just like a street car.
Yeah.
And he's out here competing against, pro-built cars.
Well, but let's talk about Brandon Wicknick's experience.
Yeah, definitely one of the more experienced guys out here. He has been a Formula D driver, so he has that experience as well. But he got Mike Pollard too. He's been to D1 Japan, all over the world, driving.
Well, let's see. Here they go. Magic Mike taking off down the straight. Brandon Wicknick right there with him as they enter into the first outer zone. Magic Mike doing a great job trying to get deep into that first outer zone. Brandon Wicknick right there with them. There you go. Magic Mike flicking in. A little shallow into the touch and go. But there you look at Brandon Wicknick diving right into the door almost of, side by side, coming through the second outer zone, flicking into the third and final outer zone. Magic Mike doing a great job hanging it right out on the edge. But Brandon Wicknick right there. Oh, man, I can see this going again.
Oh,
Easily going one more time.
this is incredible. I mean, Brandon Wicknick, if you talk to him about the car, he's like, yeah, maybe 400 horsepower. But let's take a look at the BC Racing replay. A great early initiation by Magic Mike, excuse me. And then going through outer zone 1. Could have been a little bit deeper there. Then the touch and go as well. He could have been a little bit deeper there. But there is Brandon Wicknick really applying the pressure. A good job by Magic Mike going through outer zone 2 with lots of angle and great line. But, man, Brandon not letting him go. Brandon Wicknick putting the pressure all the way through the entire course against a car that has twice the power.
Well, we always tell people, and it's one thing when you see it on the live stream, and it's another thing that when the drivers get here. But this track is an equalizer. It is very grippy, and it does allow. It's not too fast. It's fairly small, so it allows the chance for the lower horsepower guys to catch up. But here we go. Magic Mike diving in right on the back bump. Wow, look at him surging forward, but maintaining that almost constant proximity as they work their way. Brandon doing a great job in that touch and go. Here you go, Magic Mike diving in for the attack. Whoa, I don't know if he made contact, but he's right there, neck and neck, as they make their way into the third and final outer zone. Magic Mike applying as much pressure as possible, but Brandon putting down a great lead run.
Yeah, I want to see. Yeah, I want to see.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I want to see the drone footage on this because this was very impressive by Mike Pollard there. The proximity he had throughout the entire course. Door to door. Look at the way they enter. He is making adjustments to be right on Brandon's door. Brandon Wicknick doing a good job going into the touch and go there. Magic Mike had to cut the line a little bit there, but here's Magic Mike putting it door to door on outer zone 2, even throwing more angle. Transitioning back, here's Brandon Wicknick trying to pull away, but Magic Mike not really letting him go too far.
The only thing I could say, if I was going to pick apart Magic Mike's chase run, was at the end of outer zone number 2. He threw a lot of angle, which caused him to slow the car maybe a little too much.
Yeah.
So when they did that transition going into the third and final outer zone, you saw that Brandon Wicknick was actually able to pull a car.
Yeah, it seemed like due to his experience from the previous run, he was trying to give a little bit more space for transition, but that did not work out. as well as he thought it would. But let's see what the judges have to say. Brandon Wicknick getting out of the car, really excited. I mean, he's always excited to drive, right? So, and he's always excited to battle, especially with drivers like Magic Mike. He's one of the drivers that people really come out here to see because always super exciting, consistent, lots of fun to watch. But Brandon can put it down.
Absolutely, definitely. So as you see on the screen, you got Magic Mike Pollard in that black and gold S14 Opposition Racing right there on the side. He is selling his merch. Check him out. Support the man. And you got right next to him, you got Mr. Brandon Wicknick. I'm going to call him the king of the one more time because, like I said, if anybody in my head pops out one more time battles, Brandon Wicknick, and he's there in his S13, the Icon livery inspired S13 right there. Look at him, just a big smile on his face. Just look at having a good time with just battling against Mike Pollard. Both drivers, excellent drivers, always at the top of their game, and just the consistency is amazing.
I wonder what the judges are saying. I wonder if they're like, I think this is the rest of the event. They're just going to keep going one more time forever, and we're just going to be in a time loop.
Hopefully not, because I do want to eat dinner sooner or later.
Yeah.
But both, like I said, both drivers could go one more time. It is possible. It could go one more time. I think the judges will find a winner here, but they're going to have to dissect every inch of this run.
You just got to wonder what kind of conversations is Brandon striking up at the end right there. Because he does it with almost every competitor that he goes up against.
Yeah, at the end of the battle, he always gets out of the car, runs over and shakes hands with his competitor. And you just see the biggest smile on his face as he's talking. And just, I don't know what they're talking about. It's a good question. Both drivers are known to be listening to music, though, because I think just about every time I see them pull up to the line, you see their head bobbing, and they're definitely having a good time. That's what we're here for. They're providing what an incredible show for the guys that everybody had made it here live and on the live stream as well.
Yep. You can see it.
Oh, look at that. Look at Dustin.
There you go.
Dustin Miles. Cool.
What a pal. Look at that.
Yeah, trying to keep the drivers cool.
Yeah.
We know how important it is, guys. If you're part of the pit crew, one of your drivers, everybody that's out here, it's 4:55 Central Standard Time over in Florida, and it has been a beautiful weather, but it has been hot. So we want to make sure everybody's staying hydrated. We don't want to have anybody, have to suffer any kind of medical issues here today.
Hashtag hydrated.
Hashtag hydrate.
Yeah. Judge is still deliberating here. Are we going to have a decision?
I don't know. We'll see.
At this point, I mean, wouldn't be surprised if it's another one more time.
Right.
It wouldn't surprise me either because we're talking about Brandon Wicknick here.
Yeah.
Dubbed by Tim as the king of the one more times. I have to agree with that nickname there.
Well, we'll thank our vendors that are out here today. We want to thank Sherry's Concession. I've been drinking her sweet tea all day long. We want to thank Yeti Ice, shaved ice and pretzels that have been out here helping everybody stay cool and hydrated as well. Yankee Special, their JDM inspired designs and gear. You want to check them out. I believe they're offering some specials on their page. Check them out on Instagram at Yankee Special. Fun Havers, of course, we can't forget them, bringing out the rig and bringing out Chelsea Denofa and Von Gitten's demo cars. Oh, look, there you go, Magic Mike. He's like, okay, I'm going to get out and cool down. Oh, is he posing?
Oh yeah, look at that.
Wow.
And getting cooled off.
Cooled off, right.
We got a decision.
Oh, we got a decision, folks. We have a decision.
One more time.
One more time. That's right, Magic Mike. Get back in that car. Get back in there. You have to reset that playlist, my friend. You may be have to have it on loop because you guys are going one more time. What did you think? You're going against Brandon Wicknick. You better have expected that you're going to go one more times. Wow, one more time?
Crazy turn of events here in the top 32 presented by Kansai Wheel. We're going to be moving on to the next battle of Adam LZ versus Willie Espinosa. Adam LZ in that blue E36. Very well known, of course, through his YouTube channel, and a very tough competitor here in the Klutch Kickers $100,000 Drift Series. Willie Espinosa in the King's Performance RX-7. That car is an absolute monster, making about like 1,200 horsepower. So it's just crazy.
Beautiful RX-7. I love watching the FDs when they get all kitted out and slammed and throwing some power down and smoke. Definitely a beautiful car, that King's Performance RX-7. And Adam LZ choosing this season to compete in his E36. We've seen him compete in his pro cars. Was S15, I think he
the S15.
So we've seen him compete at Klutch Kickers with that. But we did actually get a chance to interview Mr. Adam LZ, I believe yesterday, and talk to him a little bit about why choose that. Right? You would assume automatically that the Formula Drift Pro car would be more competitive at Klutch Kickers, but he actually said it's kind of a monster.
Yeah.
To try to tame on this track because it's so tight and technical. So Adam LZ choosing to, I mean, I guess some people would say downgrade, but I don't think so. I think the E36 is a superior chassis. I'm a little biased.
Whoa there, buddy.
We're tagging Joel Garcia right there from Drift HQ.
Yeah. Joel from Drift HQ, Film HQ. Definitely a big fan of the E36 chassis, as am I. So, but here we go. Willie. Warming up his tires, gonna pull up the line. What you see at the line right now, Adam LZ is in the lead lane. Adam LZ will lead, and Willie Espinosa will give chase.
Even though he had a few struggles with the S15 here, he still made it to the top 4.
Yeah, absolutely.
That one round, so yeah.
Well, here we go. Looks like the drivers are ready, and the lights are on, and away they go. Adam LZ is going to lead. Willie going to give chase. Willie's going to try to get, Adam pulling a couple, like 2-3 cars towards the end of the straight there as they make their way. Adam getting nice and deep into that first outer zone, flicking into the touch and go, getting nice and deep into the touch and go. Willie's trying to close that gap as he makes his way around the second outer zone, but look at Adam. Adam just starting to pull away, or at least maintain that gap. But here we go. Willie Espinosa trying to dive in and close that gap, but just a little too late, unfortunately, in that King's Performance RX-7.
Yeah, it seemed like once the gap was established on the run-up, just Willie could not keep up with Adam LZ, or could not close the door, better said. Here we go with the BC Racing replay. Initiating, there is Adam LZ, and Willie just falling back, even trying to cut the line to make up some proximity, but cannot make it all the way up to Adam's door. Going through outer zone 2, we can see that Adam is doing a very nice lead line, and then you can see Willie is trying everything he can to keep up with Adam, but it's just too much for him to handle at that point. But we'll see what happens when we turn things around, because anything can happen here.
Yeah, we've seen unfortunate events in the case of Adam LZ in the past, so hopefully he can hold together, car holds together, and as they go down the straight, Adam is chasing Willie Espinosa as they make their way into the first outer zone. Adam doing a good job of maintaining some proximity and working his way through the track. Willie Espinosa really putting down some smoke there as he made his way into the second outer zone, but maybe fall a little short in the second outer zone is Willie Espinosa. As they flick it into the third and final outer zone, Willie kind of shortened up a little bit, almost seemed like he slowed down a little bit as he entered in that third and final outer zone, but Adam didn't let it phase him and was staying there right with him, door to door.
Yeah, Adam just, doing what he does, being consistent, knowing where to attack. Let's take a look right here. Willie Espinosa with a nice initiation, but does not get all the way out to outer zone 1, and then misses the inner clip there, which is a pretty big deal. But look at Adam LZ trying to close the gap. He maintains a decent amount of distance, and we already have a decision here with Adam LZ moving on to the top 16. Adam LZ, we'll be seeing him in the top 16 ceremonies. So, but it was a good showing by Willie Espinosa. I keep seeing him progress. The car progresses. I think we're gonna see a lot from him next year.
Absolutely.
So, next up, we're gonna be going to. Well, are we going to Nick Blakeman and Nate Hamilton? Yes, we are. We're still waiting.
You see Magic Bike there still changing tires.
That's a good eye. That's a good eye right there. So, Nick Blakeman, Nate Hamilton. I believe these two have not seen each other in battle, but Nate Hamilton, heck of a competitor in that 144 Racing Nissan 240 SX S13 with an S14 front end. He makes it look good.
Nate Hamilton, owner of 144 Print House, right? You can check him out on 144 Racing. I believe we said that he actually did the printout of the Tornado Klutch Kicker shirt, I believe, correct? So providing a service, got a beautiful shop, and just basically it's really cool. You check out his YouTube page because he's got his shop for the printing and his car and all the parts. They're all in the same spot. So it's definitely it's a pretty cool setup he's got there.
Yeah, Nick Blakeman did have a pretty good showing in the top 64, and there he is in that beautiful S13 hatch. Two good-looking S13 hatches, one more for the street, when the other one is pure race car.
Yeah, here we go. As they go down the straight, Nate Hamilton is making his way in the lead position, and Nick Blakeman will be giving chase as they make their way through the first outer zone. Wow. Nick Blakeman doing a good job in a follow position, trying to apply that pressure to Nate Hamilton as they make their way past the touch and go into the second outer zone. I'm not sure if that was a slow transition from Nate Hamilton, but Nate Hamilton pouring on the smoke, and Nick Blakeman right there in the chase position. That is Nate Hamilton leading, and Nick Blakeman cutting the track a little bit to try to keep that proximity.
I think there was some contact going into outer zone number 2.
Yeah, it looked like that from here too, but we're going to check it out in the lie detector of the drone here in the BC Racing replay here. Let's take a look here.
It's too slow there.
Yeah, we got a little slow-mo action here.
Inching the way around the track.
But a nice initiation real early by the first
like 0.01 play speed.
Yeah, we're breaking it down frame by frame, and that was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good analysis there.
Yeah, good analysis. All right, well.
No, what do you normally like to say? Go normal speed.
Yeah, go normal speed.
All right, as they switch positions, Nick Blakeman's going to lead. Nate Hamilton is going to give chase. And away they go. Nick shooting down the track. Nate not too far behind him. Now Nate's going to have to play a little catch-up, but he definitely has the power and the capability to do that. As they make their way, I will tell you, Nate not quite as close as Nick was in the chase position as they make their way into the second outer zone. There you go. Nate trying to close the door, and they're making their way out of the second outer zone, flicking into the third and final outer zone. I will tell you, Nick Blakeman putting down an impressive lead run as they make their way out of the course.
Yeah, the only thing I could really say against Nick Blakeman is when on his chase run, entering into outer zone 2 there while they were transitioning, he made a little bit of a bobble there where it looked like he lost a little ground, but made it right back up. That's the only thing I could really see from that camera that we had there.
And Nate Hamilton, 144 Racing, gets the win.
Oh,
wow.
Okay.
There you go. Nate Hamilton is going to advance on. Nate Hamilton will make it into the top 16. And we will see him again. Unfortunately, Nick Blakeman, he's going to have to call it for the weekend, but not after battling it out. A well-fought battle.
Yeah, great showing for Nick Blakeman.
Yeah, Nick and Nate.
Yeah. So we got to see. I do not see Magic Mike's car in his pit, so I am assuming that we shall be seeing Magic Mike Pollard versus Brandon Wicknick? No, we're going to go to Cody Buchanan versus Steve Bergstrom. Okay, these are two very similar looking cars. So, but yeah, Cody Buchanan with a very powerful LS-based engine in his car, while Steve running the VQ. I think it's an HR as well. So those HRs, they run real good.
DE or HR?
HR.
Sure?
I believe it's an HR.
Okay.
But we're going to, we'll see it from here.
Really?
Wait, you can see it from here?
You can see it from here?
You know from here.
Yeah, the hood.
What if he has the aftermarket hood?
Well, I guess then we don't know anything.
But I mean, you could be right. It does look like a pretty flat hood there for Cody. But what does he have? He doesn't have HR.
He's got like a crazy LS in there.
Yeah. So these cars are going to be kind of hard to pick apart, like you said.
Yeah, the colors are very similar. The cars look similar overall. We're going to be seeing Steve Bergstrom come up to the line quite soon.
There you go.
There he is.
Wow, very, very similar paint color there.
That's an HR hood, so...
Okay, so we're going to go with
50-50.
50-50, it's an HR, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll see. Cody Buchanan, a little newer towards the end of the season here. Cody is definitely a very skilled driver. We've seen him take out drivers in competition, and Steve has been doing a great job himself. So it's going to be a very hard-fought battle. I can't even pick a winner. I could see this going one more time because they both seem very equally matched.
Yeah. The only thing is that Cody does have a little more power. Oh, I would say a lot more power, actually. But you know, as we've said before, this track is the equalizer. Anything can happen here. We're still waiting for the starting line to give.
Waiting for the drones to swap some batteries.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Just want to make sure the judges have every vantage point possible.
Mm-hmm.
So what the drones provide for the judges, the amount of information that they can relay in just that camera angle is just help drifting tremendously, because it is a judge sport. We often talk about when somebody is actually going to develop a system that can go in the cars that can give some accurate information
It's
to
tough.
help aid the judges.
Sending
so-
cars.
Well, here we go. Cody Buchanan, he's in the teal 350Z. He's going to be leading, and Steve Bergstrom is going to be giving chase as they make their way down the straight. Cody and Steve making their way through the first outer zone. Whoa, Steve almost over-rotating. It seemed like causing him to have a major correction coming out of outer zone number 1. But Cody doing a great job. There you go, Steve. Oh, unfortunately, spinning out in the chase position. Cody's got to hold it together, though. He got to hold it together, Cody. Got to make it off the track without spinning or going off track there, and he does hold it together.
Yeah, it seemed like he did drop a tire, but that would be a minor deduction versus what happened here to Steve Bergstrom, where he spun out right behind Cody Buchanan. So let's see if we can see anything in the drone shot here. They both initiate in the initiation zone. You can see that Cody with a great job. Oh, look at Steve Bergstrom. Mm-hmm. He hit the cone straight on, and then spinning out to put a staple on everything.
Ran over a banana peel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder.
Yeah, it just happened out of nowhere. That looks like one tire drop, but it's nothing too serious there. So Steve Bergstrom, man, he's going uphill against Cody Buchanan here.
Yeah.
Cody being consistent.
Definitely. Steve does seem like he's sitting on deficit. Cody looking to have the advantage as they make their way in the second half of this top 32 battle. Run number 2. Steve is leading. Cody giving chase, and they make their way into the first outer zone. Cody diving forward. He doesn't want to leave it in the hands of the judges. He wants to seal the deal as he makes his way through the course. Steve very shallow in that touch and go. But look, Cody right there, almost door to door. Looks like he almost put his tire into the door. You can see Steve has definitely had some fought battles there. You can see the dents on the side of his car, and they make their way off the track. Cody Buchanan holding it together. Steve, good lead run, but I don't know if that was enough to edge out his mistakes in the first half of the run.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be real tough for him to come out with a win on this one, but let's take a look here as Steve Bergstrom initiating right before the final standing cone there and taking a cone out as well, and then taking out the inner clip as well. But there's Cody Buchanan just following Steve everywhere he goes. Cody with going door to door with Steve, transitioning in these very similar looking cars, but you can see that Steve
We can see the teal Nissan 350Z gets the win, being piloted by Cody Buchanan.
There you go. Cody Buchanan gets the win. He's going to advance on to the top 16. I believe, wasn't there a Team Teal one time? Was that Andrew Mensah had Team Teal out of Orlando?
Yeah, it was him, and there was somebody else in it.
Well, shout out to Andrew Mensah if he's out there watching. Haven't seen him drive in a while. I'd like to see him get back in the game and see him out at Klutch Kickers. That'd be nice.
Yeah, he was an aggressive driver.
Very aggressive.
But when he got it right, it was fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going back to the second
Way
one more time of Magic Mike Pollard versus Brandon Wicknick. I mean, this has been probably the best battle up to now.
So what do you think? Third one more time? It's just going to be one more time. After one more
At this point, I don't expect anything different.
I think if it goes one at this thing, it's rock paper scissors.
I think they're gonna have to start buying tires from other people.
Dance battle.
Dance battle. Definitely dance battle. If this goes one more time, I don't know if we could work that in. Maybe get some dance floor out there and have them have a Mike Pollard, he might be able to break it down.
Yeah, have both drivers just pull up in front of the judges and just get loose.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna have to start buying tires from the competitors that have been eliminated already, because if they keep going like this, they're gonna run out. So
possibly.
Yeah, so we're seeing Brandon Wicknick in the burnout box. Magic Mike is already at the starting line there. Brandon Wicknick just
I was thinking.
Going in circles.
Fun haver. They have 3 cars here.
They do have 3 cars.
We have 3 judges here.
Oh, that's true.
Maybe we have a judge battle competition
judge
or something?
battle, or maybe let's
a judge off.
A judge off, or we could do that, or we could just make them have a tandem train around the Klutch Kickers just as a
Hey, that'd be great.
Yeah.
As a send-off.
Yes.
Right.
Celebratory send-off.
Yeah, there you go. I'm sure the judges would like to hop in those cars, but right now, the guys that are in the cars is Mr. Magic Mike Pollard as he initiates. Look at Brandon Wicknick almost right into the door of Magic Mike as they make their way through the first outer zone. Magic Mike just nicking that inside cone, flicking it nice and deep into that touch and go. And here we go, diving in is Brandon Wicknick. He wants to attack here. Magic Mike doing a great job of not letting Brandon catch up. And here we go, Brandon right into the door of Mr. Magic Mike Pollard as Magic Mike leads the way. Brandon Wicknick gives chase close behind.
What happened there?
Interesting line that it seemed like for Brandon Wicknick going into the third outer zone through that transition there. Let's see if we can see it here on the drone. Magic Mike, of course, early initiation, and then here comes Brandon Wicknick trying to get to the door of Magic Mike.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, wait.
There's a cone that was knocked off by Magic Mike there, as it seems. But let's see here at the end of this, as they transition, what happens here?
Whoa, look at that.
A slow transition by Brandon Wicknick trying to keep up with Magic Mike through there.
Interesting.
That's going to be something that the judges are going to look really hard into.
Wow, that was a sizable correction, almost near straight, it looked like, from Mr. Brandon Wicknick on that chase position. Wow, the judges definitely have to analyze that, and like you said before, that drone sees all and tells all. As they make their way down the track, Brandon Wicknick is going to lead. Mike Pollard's going to give chase and be aggressive, looking almost right on the door of Brandon Wicknick, coming through the outer zone number 1, side by side, only maybe a few inches away from each other. And here we go, flicking it into the second outer zone. Mike diving in for the attack right there with Brandon Wicknick as they make their way through the second outer zone. They're flicking it into the third and final outer zone. There you go, Magic Mike. Wow, Brandon Wick kind of slow into that third outer zone, but Magic Mike holding it together, applying the pressure. Hats off to these drivers. The third one more time battle
has been, up to now, this has been the most exciting battle I've seen.
Are we still in top 32?
We're still in top 32. This is the most exciting battle that we've seen, and we've seen it like 4 times now.
There we go through the first outer zone. Magic Mike reeling in Brandon McDowell. Wicknick. We have so many Brandons. And then nice outer zone. Actually, Mike Pollard with a better line.
And Mike Pollard with the win.
There you go, Mike Pollard. Magic Mike Pollard takes the win, taking out the one more time king, Mr. Brandon Wicknick, and away they go. Oh, that was the hardest fought battles. It's like an echo.
Yeah.
And over and over.
We got a burnout by Brandon Wicknick.
Brandon Wicknick, he's not upset. He's happy.
Yeah.
That's a happy man right there because he knows he went out swinging.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations to Mr. Magic Mike Pollard. He wants to grab that podium a second round in a row. That would be nice.
All right, we should be moving on back over to the right side of the bracket. Who are we going to be seeing next? Lucas Torno versus Keone Rodriguez. There is Keone Rodriguez with that huge Hawaiian flag hanging off the back of his car. There is always cool to see, doing his burnout in the burnout box. As we've said many times before, we are glad to see him back in the F13. He drives this car like a madman.
He does.
Yeah, but Lucas Torno is a tough competitor himself, as he is a prospect driver and has been proving himself little by little to be somebody to look out for. And as they continue on through the top 32, brought to you by Kansai Wheel, there goes Keone Rodriguez to the line, and Lucas Torno doing his burnout.
Wow, this is gonna be a good battle.
Oh yeah,
definitely gonna be a good battle. Keone Rodriguez, as you mentioned, coming to us from Hawaii, currently living on the west side of the states, and he's an old school player too. From what I understand, he's been driving for a long time. Definitely known locally as a crowd favorite. And then you have Lucas Torno coming from the East Coast in his King's Performance E36, and looks like they're locked and loaded, ready to go. And there you go, Keone Rodriguez making his way down the track, flying that Hawaiian flag loud and proud. And they make, Lucas really being aggressive as they make their way through the first outer zone. Keone doesn't seem to be phasing him too much as he makes his way into the second outer zone. Keone Rodriguez is going to hang it nice and deep. Look at the smoke and the commitment from Keone Rodriguez as he goes into the third final outer zone. But Lucas Torno right there with him, sticking it to him, trying to gain and close that gap. That was a good lead run by Keone Rodriguez for sure.
Yeah, Keone Rodriguez with a really nice lead run there. Really starting to pull away from Lucas Torno. Lucas Torno trying to make it up the ground here. Let's see, nice faint initiation by Keone. Lucas trying to make up the ground, but Keone starting to run away with it a little bit, pulling some gap there, going into the touch and go area. You can see actually looked like Lucas was deeper in the touch and go, but losing ground to Keone in the second outer zone. Transitioning into the third outer zone, you can see Keone going wide, and then Lucas trying to follow that line, but not really gaining any proximity throughout the rest of the course. So how's this going to play out?
I don't know. We'll see as they switch roles, and Lucas Torno in that King's Performance E30 BMW E36 is going to lead Keone Rodriguez in his all-black S13, giving chase, and away they go. Lucas pulled a decent gap out the gate as they make their way into the first outer zone. Looked like a little correction from Lucas, but man, there's still a lot of smoke in the track right there from the last run. But here we go. Keone Rodriguez diving in for the attack as they go through the second outer zone. Lucas in that King's Performance E36 trying to pull away, doesn't seem to be able to. Keone just slowly reeling him in as he works his way through the track, and away they go.
Wow, really tough one to call here. Let's take a look at what the drone has to show, if we can even look through all that smoke. Let's see here. All right, both drivers initiating. Oh, there's a little bit of a mistake there by Lucas there. You can see he lost a little bit of angle approaching outer zone 1 and then going through outer zone 2. You can see that Keone actually with a pretty decent line has to cut it a little bit towards the end to make up a little bit of ground. But it's really close battle. It's a really close battle. I don't see it going either one way or the other. Of course, you know, the judges, they can really dissect this a lot better than we can.
You know, what's interesting is that when we sat in driver's meeting, and one of the questions that was asked is, so we all know that the chase driver is supposed to use the lead driver as a mobile clipping point, correct? So that being said, the question was brought up, if the lead driver does not follow the correct line, right, it is on the chase driver to follow that incorrect line. So just because a lead driver is able to fill the zones, the chase driver is able to fill the zones in the chase position, if that lead driver is not filling the zones, I don't know if that's necessarily favorable for that chase driver, correct? Because they are required, from what I understand, to follow that lead driver, whether it's a good line or not.
Correct. That is the thing that the judges are looking for. They are making sure that the chase driver is following the lead driver like a moving clipping point. So
but right now, as you can see, the judge is deliberating, and you know, they have their hands full.
Yeah, not an easy battle to judge there, and I think this one might take a little while to get right. So let's see what the judges have to say about this.
Right now, as you see on the screen, you got Passionate Pat Gooden on the left. You have Dwayne Ramsey in the center, and Will Parsons on the right. Oh, I'd say almost 50 years of experience in drifting between the three of them, right? So these aren't guys that haven't been involved in the sport as a competitor, as a driver, as part of a pit crew, right? They've seen every aspect of drifting. They've been entwined in every point of the drifting community. So a lot of experience that they bring to the table. So it's not an easy job being a judge. It's probably one of the most difficult jobs.
I was thinking the flag is a great idea. When you have all these cars making so much smoke, at least you'll be able to tell where the car is at.
The flag is beautiful. In a way, it cuts through the smoke and everything, and a lot of people get confused with Hawaiian flag, and I did myself until I kind of researched it. And they incorporated the British flag. It was something. There was a chief of the Hawaiian Islands. Each one of the stripes, I believe, represents one of the major islands there, and then it was a kind of a collaboration. I think there was a British sea captain and the Chief Kamehameha. I just love that name, Chief Kamehameha of the Hawaiian Islands, and they came up with that flag. It's a beautiful flag, and the way it cuts through the smoke is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And we got a decision one more time.
One more time. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, it looked like a very hard-fought battle between both drivers there, but we're going to be seeing them coming back out again to face each other. Yeah, this is kind of what I expected out of this battle. So we're going to be moving on to Tyler Berry versus Colin Arendelle. Both of them with V8 BMW E36 chassis, 3 Series BMWs. But Yeah, different builds on the V8s there. Yeah. But Colin Arendelle with a very good-looking car there, and Tyler Berry, very competitive type car. Both of them set up very well.
My bad.
So we'll see how this comes out to be. This is still the top 32 presented by Kansai Wheels. Man, it's been a long top 32, but it's been a very exciting one with all these one more times.
I want to thank all the fans that came out here, and just to be out here all day in this heat and be able to witness this firsthand. And like I said, we're still in the top 32. We still have a long way to go. But it's going to just get more exciting as the event unfolds. So it's going to be interesting to see who is going to be able to take that podium. We already know that Alec Conado secured that #1 spot in the championship. But who's going to get the #1 spot today as far as competition? That still has not been determined.
Yeah. And in the previous battle, both of the drivers need to fix their errors. They're both making mistakes, and both the lead and the chase. And that's something that the judges wanted everybody, hopefully the drivers are listening, them to know.
Yep, absolutely. Right now you see Tyler Berry in his black E36, and then you have Colin in his forest green barn built E36, both BMWs, both headed down the track, and here we go. Tyler Berry leading, Colin giving chase, and there we go. As they enter into the first outer zone, Colin is trying to apply that pressure early on, but falling back a little bit towards the end of the first outer zone. Tyler Berry doing a great job at just maintaining a solid lead run, throwing a good amount of angle, filling out the zones fairly well from what I could tell, but Colin, he reeled him in as they make their way into the third and final outer zone. Colin's almost right there with them, trying to put it in the door of Tyler Berry as they make their way out through the third and final outer zone.
Yeah, it seems like a little bit of surging back and forth by Colin Arendelle, doing a good job trying to keep up with a very fast car of Tyler Berry. Tyler Berry's car is definitely set up to be fast. So let's take a look here. Nice initiation by Tyler there with a little bit of a swing, trying to reach out to outer zone 1, does not make it. Then we'll see Colin try to surge back in, transitioning into outer zone 2. Is he gonna get to the door of Tyler Berry? Yes, he does. He inches closer and closer through that zone. Then with a beautiful transition by Tyler Berry with lots of angle, but that allows for Colin Arendelle to catch right back up.
Well, here they go. Then as they send it out, Colin now is going to lead. Tyler Berry is going to get chase. Tyler Berry definitely has the ability to apply that pressure to Colin as they make their way through the first outer zone. And Colin doing a good job filling out the outer zones he got a little deeper into the touch and go. And here we go. Tyler Berry going to dive in for the attack. He did shave the line a little bit coming through the second outer zone. But man, is he applying that pressure to Colin as they go back and forth, neck to neck, coming out the final outer zone. Good lead by Colin. Probably could have been a little deeper through the zones. Tyler Berry doing a great job.
Yeah, Tyler Berry making all of the adjustments he needs to be close to Colin Arendelle. Tyler, let's see here in the drone footage here by BC Racing. You can see Tyler Berry applying the pressure, falling a little bit back to allow Colin to transition, and then transitioning again through outer zone 2. And then here you can see Colin's car is very fast, making look at the way it picks up onto Colin's door there. And then through outer zone 3, nice line by Colin Arendelle, but Tyler Berry applying the pressure, especially through the second half of the course.
And it worked out because Tyler Berry in the black, BMW, gets the win.
Yeah.
Sweet Trucking Company, I believe. Correct?
Yeah, Sweet Trucking Company, BMW 36, powered by an LS. This is that's a very competitive car there. But Colin Arendelle doing a good job, you know.
Yeah, definitely Colin Arendelle with Barn Built. There with his teammate Chris Irving, but unfortunately he's gonna have to pack it in for today. Tyler Berry moving on, so it just we're working our way through these this top 32 brought to you by Kansai Wheels.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely, we're getting there.
Yeah, so here we go. Keone Rodriguez back in the burnout box. You can see his flag waving proudly there, the Hawaiian flag that is. He's warming up the tires, and we have Lucas Torno waiting in the wings to get in there and pull up to the line as well. One more time battle. These both drivers making a few mistakes, you know. So, but it's still a hard-fought battle. Still exciting to watch, even if there are mistakes made. So I think we're in for a good one here.
Yeah, both drivers, judges didn't feel like they could come up with a clear, decisive winner. So we're going to see this battle one more time. You got Keone Rodriguez. He's in the lead lane, and you have Lucas Torno in the chase lane. And it looks like they're ready to go. As you see, the light is reset, and away they go. Keone Rodriguez taking off as he makes his way down the straight. Lucas has some ground to make up. Let's see if he can. He does. He's diving in at the beginning of the first outer zone. Whoa! Picking up a tire. Keone Rodriguez is dropping a tire, but maintaining drift as he comes through. Keone Rodriguez, a very aggressive, stylistic driver.
Oh, no.
Dropping another tire as he makes his way through the second outer zone. Lucas Torno not letting it phase him, following him step for step as they make their way through the third and final outer zone. Wow, that could come back to haunt Mr. Keone Rodriguez there as we switch roles and go into the second half of this battle.
Yeah, it seems like Keone Rodriguez was doing everything he could to get away from Lucas Torno, but that cost him a lot as he was dropping tires. Let's see how many tires does he drop here on outer zone 1. It seems like just one tire was still on the pavement there. They transition here coming into outer zone 2. This is another place where Keone drops. He drops one tire there. Lucas Torno trying to apply the pressure, matching angle. Ooh, almost a collision there between both drivers and on that transition into outer zone 3. This looks like I don't want to say there's an advantage over anybody, but I did see the mistakes by Keone Rodriguez.
Yeah,
they were very highlighted.
At this level and get to the point in the top 32 where you really have to split hairs on decisions. Right now, one could say that Keone Rodriguez is trailing a little bit. Lucas may have the advantage here, but here we go. Anything can happen. Wow, Keone is roasting the tires almost all the way down the straight, and he is very aggressive in the chase position. So Lucas Torno's got to hold it together as he makes his way. Feeling pretty good coming into the touch and go, but Keone Rodriguez right there applying that pressure. Wow, almost door to door, almost putting a tire into the door of that King's Performance E36 of Lucas Torno. And here they go, coming out around the third and final outer zone. Keone, man, I can't tell you that Keone couldn't have put any more pressure to Lucas. Lucas did a great job of just not letting it phase him.
Yeah, so Keone with a very impressive chase run, but is it enough to offset the mistakes he made on the lead on his lead run?
Well, let's look at Lucas's line here.
Yeah, so let's take a look here. Lucas, does he make it all the way out? It gets pretty close to the outer zone there, but then Keone Rodriguez really applying the pressure throughout the course here. Outer zone 2, Keone Rodriguez on the door as Lucas Torno is tracing a pretty nice wide line through outer zone 2. Transitioning into outer zone 3, you can see there's a little separation there, but Keone Rodriguez bringing it back, but a nice line and a good amount of angle from Lucas Torno as well. So are those mistakes enough for Lucas Torno to take the win?
I don't know. Keone Rodriguez had a great chase run, almost matching angle to angle.
Yeah.
Line and speed in the way throughout most of the course there. So
yep,
it's gonna be interesting how this pans out. Will it go another one more time?
Well,
I was thinking how both of these drivers were in different vehicles throughout the season.
Absolutely right. Correct. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We saw Lucas in the Toyota Chaser at one point, and then we had Keone in the Corvette. Mm-hmm. And what was the other? In the
S14.
S14.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely right.
And the S14 was LS powered, so it was very different from what this car is. This is a JZ powered here. So the power bands are different. The way it builds power is different. The weight balance is different. There's a lot of things that make these cars very different from one to another, and even if they are the same chassis.
But we got a decision. Keone Rodriguez in the black Nissan 240SX gets the win.
Well, there you go. Keone Rodriguez representing Hawaii with that flag loud and proud is going to advance on to the top 16. Unfortunately, Lucas Torno will have to go ahead and pack it up for the weekend, but man, what a hard-fought battle. Going one more time. Give it up for Keone Rodriguez and both Lucas Torno. Great battle.
Yeah, Keone really made all up for his mistakes with the proximity on his chase run. That was an awesome display of good chase driving. We're gonna be moving on next to are we going to Tyler Berry and Colin Arendelle for their? Oh no, Tyler Berry won that.
That's right.
Yeah, sorry,
excited.
it's a long day. Yeah. Emerson Nogueira versus Taylor Ray should be next. Emerson Nogueira, of course, we know he's been progressing throughout the season, getting better and better.
Yeah, but just so the drivers on the track are aware, we are going to have a top 16 ceremony. So if you happen to made it through top 32, top 16 guys, get ready because we're going to go into ceremonies
right after this.
Correct.
Yeah. So, guys, drivers, if you have won your battle and you are have secured your position in the top 16 competition today, please get your car ready because immediately after the top 32, we are going to assemble you for the opening of the top 16 battles. So make sure you guys are close to your cars. Make sure your cars are locked and loaded and ready to go. But here we go right now. We have Taylor Ray in the lead lane, Emerson Nogueira on the right lane, and he's going to give chase. Taylor Ray, as he takes off down the track, Emerson about a car or maybe 2-3 behind him. Let's see if he can close that gap as they make their way through the first outer zone. Emerson having to cut that first outer zone to try to gain proximity. Taylor doing a good job of filling up some. Wow, that was a major cut there from Emerson Nogueira to try to catch up to Taylor Ray. Taylor Ray just putting a clinic down on what a lead line should be. And here we go as he makes his way through the third outer zone. And Emerson just can't quite catch up in that Victory Motorsports black E36.
Yeah, that little Miata of Taylor Ray this might be the last time we see it here at the $100,000 Drift Series, but it is very fast. Emerson having to make some moves there to see if he can get some proximity, but let's take a look here. None of the drivers make it all the way out to outer zone 1, but then through touch and go, you can see that Taylor Ray doing a very good job. Emerson cutting the line deeply to make up for the proximity, but cannot get to the door of Taylor Ray. Taylor Ray transitioning into outer zone 3 with a very nice wide line, and you can see Emerson cutting the line again, trying to catch up to that little Miata. That thing is fast.
Yeah, and here we go. They're already back up to line, ready to go. Taylor Ray going to chase down Emerson as they make their way down the strip, and here we go. They're both going to enter Taylor Ray. He's not going to leave it in the hands of the judges. He wants to seal the fate of Mr. Emerson as he makes his way and trying to apply as much pressure coming out of the first outer zone. Emerson really shallow through that touch and go, throwing a lot of angle. Oh, throwing a lot of angle at first, and then almost straightening out through that second outer zone. Taylor Ray having to make some evasive maneuvers in order to avoid collision. Yeah. Still maintaining drift, but having to cut the course significantly. The judges are going to have to take that and assess faults on whether that was Emerson just not running the proper line. It looked like he almost straightened out.
But I did want to mention, it looked like Taylor was chasing after victory.
Yes, Taylor is currently chasing after victory.
And he gets it. Taylor Ray gets the win.
Wow, Taylor chased down victory, and Taylor won.
Yeah, right here.
Great observation, Mr. Captain.
You can see an over-rotation of Emerson Nogueira there, and that would make Taylor Ray make that huge correction there, going off into the dirt. So that would seal the deal right there. But a good showing for Emerson. He made it to the top 32 this round, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of him in the future.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Taylor Ray is going to advance. Taylor Ray is going back in the pits. You want to make sure he gets his car ready for the top 16 opening. And looks like, is this our last battle, the top 32?
Oh, no, sir.
Oh, no?
No, second to last.
Second to last. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yes, so Trenton Kropf going up against Ethan Hodges. I said against.
It's okay. We've been talking.
Yeah, we've been talking for a while now. But Trenton Kropf in that JZX90 Toyota Cresta, Ethan Hodges with an engine that's supposed to be in that Cresta, but in a 350Z. These two drivers, we haven't seen Trenton Kropf here in Klutch Kickers before, but he did take out Ben Julian in the top 64. But now in the top 32 presented by Kansai Wheel, he has a new challenger in Ethan Hodges. Ethan Hodges is also experienced in this track, and I've said it before, he doesn't care who's in front of him. When he gets in that chase position, he's going to hunt you down. I've seen it before. But Trenton Kropf,
Trenton took out Ben Julian.
Ben Julian. So, I mean, he's proving himself very well.
A force to be reckoned with, that's for sure. Wow. Well, so right now you got Ethan Hodges in that Burgundy Joker Auto Performance 350Z, and just waiting for Trenton. What a crew he's got there, throwing that motor in within hours. Like as we mentioned earlier, around 11 o'clock. He didn't have a motor in that car.
No, he did not.
11 o'clock this morning, there was no motor in that car.
Yep.
So, but here he is, ready to battle it out. Battle is waiting at the top 16. in that beautiful teal Cresta as they make their way down the track. Ethan Hodges in the lead, Trenton giving chase, and here we go. Ethan initiating, Trenton right there with him. Whoa, Trenton kind of shallow angle trying to close that gap. I'm not sure how deep a line Ethan was running, so this is going to be interesting to see this in the drone footage. But Trenton trying to stay right there with him. Ethan making his way through the track. This is definitely an interesting lead and chase follow. Trenton trying to do a good job to just stay right there and apply that pressure to Ethan Hodges, but I'd like to see this one in the drone footage. I'd like to see the line that Ethan was running there.
Yeah, bring up the lie detector. That is the drone camera here, presented by BC Racing. Let's take a look here. This might have been a very interesting line. Let's see, very shallow and dropping a tire is Ethan Hodges on that first corner there, and Trenton Kropp doing everything he could. He practically stopped. He had nowhere to go, but of course you have to give way for the transition there for Ethan Hodges. So both drivers making a couple of mistakes there.
Right.
Finishing out the run, you could see that Ethan was trying to follow a good line there through outer zone 3.
See, as a lead or chase driver, especially a lead driver, and the emphasis that the judges place on that lead driver to run that high qualifying lead run. I think Ethan Hodges just, I don't think he accomplished his goals right there. But here we go as they trade positions. Trenton taking off in the lead. Ethan is going to give chase. Ethan's going to have to apply that pressure, causing, if he can, cause Trenton to make a mistake. But Trenton's doing an excellent job in the lead position, flicking into the touch and go. And he does a good job filling that touch and go. And now they're both attacking. Ethan's going to attack in that second outer zone. Ethan's doing a good job closing that gap. And now they're both flicking it side by side into the third and final outer zone. Ethan right there with Trenton as they make their way off the track.
I feel like I'm looking at a 95 Camry going sideways.
Right? Yeah. Wow. So, I mean, let's see what the drone camera has for us, because this was a very interesting battle overall. But I think we're going to see Trenton with a better lead line. Yes, he stays out a little bit wider than Ethan did in his. And look at the touch and go. He did a really good job there, although the transitions are a little slow, but maybe that's due to a long wheelbase. Then you can see, do we have a call? Oh, I thought you said something. Okay. You can see that Ethan Hodges is really trying to put the pressure on Trenton Kropp there. Ethan Hodges is a really good chase driver, but I mean, man, I don't know, that lead run from him.
I don't know. I mean, if you're going to go lead run, I would have to say that, I don't know. I don't even want to call it. It's one of those things that we're getting closer to the top 16. And it's every little mistake is going to be analyzed, and as a lead driver, you really want to run that qualifying line. I would say it looked like Trenton did a good lead line, and Ethan maybe left some areas that the judge can nitpick and say, hey, listen, this maybe edged out, or maybe they'll go one more time. We really don't know.
Yeah,
perhaps. But one thing I could tell you is that this stream will end once top 32 finishes, and then we'll start a new stream for the top 16 ceremonies and the rest of the battles that will take place here.
Yeah,
at Emerald Coast Dragway for the round 5.
Yep. Round five, the finals, season 2 Klutch Kickers $100,000 drift series, $45,000 in payouts today.
Yep,
there are gonna be $45,000 worth of checks being handed out to these drivers.
A lot of money there.
That's amazing.
So that's why we're seeing such crazy competition. Everybody's after it. We're still in the top 32 presented by Kansai Wheel. The judges deliberating hard on this decision here. I think they've seen a little bit of mistakes from both drivers. We're going to see what we get here.
Ethan Hodges and the Nissan 350Z gets the win.
Ethan Hodges gets the win.
Ethan Hodges is going to advance, and unfortunately Trenton, valiant effort putting that car together. Like I mentioned before, that there was no motor in that car at 11 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
And he was able to put that motor in, take out Ben Julian, and then battle Ethan Hodges to make his way. Unfortunately, Ethan Hodges just had a little too much, and Trenton is going to have to pack it in. Ethan Hodges, we're going to see him in the top 16. And as you mentioned before, all top 16 drivers, get your cars ready. Because we're going to be calling you out to the front, and we're going to go through an announcement and do a grand opening here, the top 16, and announce all you guys. So be ready and be locked and loaded.
Yes, sir. And this is the final battle of the top 32 presented by Kansai Wheel. We have Jeff Kurtz in that S2000, very unique car with a unique power plant, the J35 with a supercharger stacked on top, looking like a hot rod, against Randy Noah in his 2JZ powered Nissan 240SX S14 chassis. I mean, Randy Noah qualifying number 2, so he's no slouch. I mean, we've been watching Randy for years, watching him progress, and man, what a driver he has become. But Jeff Kurtz, a new challenger to the $100,000 Drift Series in a car that seems to be like a rocket ship. I mean, it is fast. So
Right.
let's see what he's got for Randy.
All right, there you go. Randy Noah, he's in the lead lane. Jeff is going to be chasing him down. Jeff is going to have his hands full. Randy Noah is a #1 competitor. Is an excellent competitor here as they make their way down the track. Randy Noah flicking into the entry, and Jeff right there with him, almost diving in. Too aggressive there, maybe. Caused him to drop back, but wow. Oh, tapping Randy Noah. Oh, and you can see it looks like there's suspension broken on Jeffrey's car, but Randy Noah is not phasing him. Randy Noah just pedaled to the metal, and he is not stopping. He's going around the course. It's going to be interesting to see what happened there in the drone replay. Randy's
excellent shot. Also broken.
Is it? Oh, it does look like that wheel is moving back and forth there. So we're going to want to take a look. As I mentioned before, that anytime there's a collision, they're going to want both drivers to stand still. But I think Jeff is still on the track. Let's see.
Wow. Yeah, let's take a look at this hit here. Randy Noah doing a really good job on outer zone #1 here, but right here, bam, there's a huge hit right there, and that causes both cars to have broken suspension. You can see, look at the wheel of the S2000 just coming out from under it, and on the lower camera, we saw that Randy Noah's car was having negative camber through outer zone 2, but then when he went into outer zone 3, it went back to positive. So obviously something is broken there. It looks like we're going to have to get this car towed off because it's broken.
Right. So now it's going to be up to the judge to decide who's at fault for the collision. And basically how it's going to work is the judges the driver that's deemed at fault will have to use his 5-minute timeout in order to repair the vehicle, right? But the car that's the drivers that's deemed not at fault will have the allotted time necessary to repair the car in order to move on to competition.
Yeah.
What I miss?
You missed an interesting battle here. Jeff, he came in hot and heavy coming out of outer zone #1, and unfortunately went to the side of Randy Noah's car. So
and there's broken suspension on both cars now. So you could see we might have a good shot of the wheel in the front of that. There it is.
Passionate wheel.
Yeah, you can see it's coming out from the front of the car there, and then
well, he could just take it to a car show like that.
Oh yeah,
stance, right?
It stanced out. Yeah,
stanced out right there. Camber gang, buddy.
But then Randy Noah on the left rear suspension, you could see the wheel gaining and losing camber throughout the different corners of the track. So, and also having some back and forth movements there. So hopefully he has the parts to get that fixed. And we'll see if maybe Jeff Kurtz can fix his car in 5 minutes, or if he still has his 5 minutes.
But yeah, the judges are going to have to assess the fault. And depending on whose fault that was, the whoever is deemed at fault for that collision, unfortunately, won't have too much time. Randy definitely seemed to sustain less damage. Jeff Kurtz does seem to have more damage, and not only that is once he fixes it, he's going to have to get that aligned quickly too.
Yeah, I would like to really revisit that the way Randy was approaching interclip 1 there, because there's a possibility.
I don't know. He seemed like he came in nice and tight to the inside clip from what I can remember.
Let's see what we've got here. Maybe Ben can. We're gonna have to go back.
And not just us as well. I mean, the viewers that are watching live stream have the ability to kind of rewind and rewatch it themselves.
Let's go to the drone footage on that, Ben.
Okay.
And you guys, as you guys see on track, as we're trying to get this
right there
car get off the track, come up with a winner of this battle. They still have the second half of the battle to. They still have the second half of the battle to compete in. So
yeah,
it's gonna be. And I want to mention that the sun is starting to set.
Yeah.
Track conditions are going to change. So by the time these drivers come out and see this track again, it's going to be a different track altogether. At least it's going to feel that way.
Yeah. So we're going into a commercial break now and try to get this car off the track, but we'll be back with more action.
This murder puts me in the mood.
All right, there you go. We are back. They're still trying to get the car off the track. You see Jeff Kurtz right there. Unfortunately, sustaining some decent damage. But it looks like everybody's okay, so that's good.
Yeah, so we wanted to let you guys know that we're going to go ahead and end this stream, and we're going to switch over to the top 16 stream, and we're going to have the ceremonies, and the rest of the battles are going to commence here at the Klutch Kickers $100,000 Drift Series.
Yeah, so don't go anywhere. Join us on the top 16 stream shortly.